ain't fair, it ain't fair that all the pretty girls, they got nothing on you.
Hi people, welcome back to another video. This is about to be an epic story time, okay? As I sip on my kombucha, which should probably be some wine. This story time is about one of the most jealous, insecure boyfriend girl roommates that I have ever had. And she was one of my friends. I actually was gonna do like a whole series, well I still am, just like a series of videos of all the crazy roommates that I've ever had. I've had a fair share. So I moved in with someone in August 2019. I moved in with this girl, let's call her, what do we want to call her? Let's call her Rachel. So I met her when she was my personal trainer. She was my trainer for almost a year. I had like 2 trainers at the time. Rachel and I got close because she was still in school. She was studying at like the neighbor university not too far from the school that I went to. And we were like the same year. She was graduating the year I was graduating, and I would constantly cancel my sessions because I would have to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to go work out, and I just wasn't there for it all the way, so I would just be canceling sessions. So she reached out to me because she wanted to know why I was canceling so much. From then forward, we just got super close. We started hanging out, becoming really good friends. We would hang out like all the time after that, so we got pretty close. She was in a pretty toxic relationship, and she had been in this relationship for about, let's say 4 or 5 years. Maybe it was her high school sweetheart. So she breaks up with him, gets out of that relationship. She's single for maybe like not even a full 2 months. At this point, she starts this new job and starts dating one of her co-workers, another toxic guy. Rachel always came to me about just like, this is a new foundation shade, so I need to make sure that this is my color, or I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back to Sephora. So I'm just trying to work it in all the way to make sure it's me. Before I continue with the story, I am going to try to do my eyebrows and not get frustrated because I actually want them to look darker. So I will be right back. I did them and they look decent. I don't have no unibrow. Rachel always came to me because none of her friends would like keep it real like I would, and I was essentially her crutch, but I didn't know that. And I didn't really care because like after graduation, so many of my friends, they moved. So she was the main person I was hanging out with, and it didn't really bother me. So the entire summer of 2019, my goal was to just work and grind every day because I was preparing to go to Spain. I was leaving for Spain in September, and although I had been working the entire school year to prepare for it, I just wanted to continue to work. I really didn't set any leisure time aside to do any like fun things besides like a couple of weekends. So I was just focused on my goals and just like what was coming for me in September. Originally after Spain, I was gonna go back home, chill, work for a while, be low key, and then just come back and figure out life after that. Here's where this starts. I was gonna leave my car, or I was flying out of the Minneapolis airport, and that is about 4 hours from where I live. The best decision was for me to just leave my car here, like in the town that I live in, and then just get somebody to drop me off and pick me up. The day that I was leaving for Spain, she had already knew which day I was gonna fly out, and she was going to drop me off. She never did. I ended up getting one of my other friends to do it. I was leaving at the beginning of fall, but fall here is winter because it literally snowed on my birthday. My birthday is October 7th, so it was already snowing here. Anyway, it was really essential for my car to be in a garage, and I thought it would just be cheaper to leave it in like one of my friends' garages instead of buying like a garage to rent it in. Anyway. I had asked her if I could leave my car in her garage because she had a double stall garage, and she made a big deal about it. So she started to say like how her boyfriend at the time was using the garage space because that's where he puts his car in the winter. I'm your best friend supposedly, and I'm gonna be gone for X amount of months. I need my car to be here. Nobody's gonna be driving it. Since I was so busy the entire summer just working, I completely forgot the fact that I had to put some more oil in my car. So I think I left my car at least like 40% oil. Like I needed an oil change, but it wasn't extremely bad. I also didn't have that much gas in it either. I had given her money to put gas in my car so that she could like drive my car around like during the winter so that my car could still work by the time I, get back. If you just sit a car in a garage for 3 months, it'd be negative 30 some days, freezing cold, like my pipes could freeze and like my car like just be dead. It would all be dead. And so I was asking for the bare minimum. So my car has auto start. So I would ask her to just like start it sometimes, to just like let it run. And you could literally be in the apartment and just like auto start the car and it will like be going for 10 minutes and then it'll turn off. That's not all I have asked for her to do. She didn't even do that. She couldn't even do that. Rachel was a boyfriend girl. A boyfriend girl is when someone completely neglects like all of their friends just to hang out with their boyfriend and their boyfriend only. And then when their boyfriend doesn't have anything to do, they try to hang out with the friends and they've neglected. Yeah, that's her. Let me just back up a little bit. My entire summer just revolved around her. Instead of like me focusing on myself or preparing to like go live my best life in another country within the next few months, it revolved around like having to constantly check in on her, bring her food and stuff, do things that a good friend does. And I'm just like building her up, doing all of these things that he wasn't doing for her. Any of her other friends, they weren't doing much. They were barely even checking in. And I was just trying to get her to have a hot girl summer and just like enjoy her time. So after I had been staying with her for like maybe 2 weeks now, because my plan was to, after Spain, just like go back home for a while and just chill. She actually wanted me to move in with her like officially and like be on a lease. Like I was okay with that. I was down for that. And so we made a deal, and it was, I will buy your ticket to so-and-so, like as long as I don't have to pay rent for like January or like February, so I can like figure out what I want to do when I get back. Just like, yeah, you can come live with me as a friend. That's what she was saying. I bought her this plane ticket and I was like, I don't know where my money is gonna be looking like when I'm back from Spain. Like I don't know. Not saying that I'm just about to like go ball out and just be like spending G's everywhere, but I am about to be living life. I leave for Spain. I'm about to start the greatest journey of my life. I'm going there to not only study abroad, to like finish my Spanish curriculum, because that was my minor. So I had worked like the last 2 years for this opportunity, and I knew that I was gonna be selfish with my time there. So just within days of me being in Spain, she FaceTimes me. She tells me how much she misses me, and then she eventually tells me that her and her ex-boyfriend had gotten back together. Okay. I immediately lose it. I just started to get extremely anxious, and I even cried about it a little bit, because I, as a good friend, watched you just like break down and be in the most vulnerable, like the most deteriorating like mental state because of this damn relationship, and you put yourself back in it. Make that make sense. You decided to choose to be back in a toxic relationship again, and for what? Because you were bored? It was just so confusing to me, like what? So then everything I did for you was nothing. It's like, okay, you know what? If you call me while I'm here about something, like about any type of argument that y'all get into, I really don't want to hear it. Here's a red flag. Anytime she would text me when it wasn't about her relationship, it was always about asking for my stuff. She would just ask me to wear my clothes or like use my, just like any of my stuff. Out of the entire time that we have been friends, or for the short amount of time that I was living with her, she had never asked me. She was texting me at least twice a week to wear something in my closet. Like, can I wear this sweater? Can I wear these boots? Can I wear these, like just stuff? And I'm like, I don't know. I just felt like, why all of a sudden now that when I'm gone, you're asking me to wear like so many of my things? So that was just so weird to me. Also, she made me feel like I was being high maintenance when I would ask about my car, like being in the garage, because like at this point winter was really bad in North Dakota, and I was just like, I don't want to come back to a car that won't start. She would just make me feel like I was asking for too much. Before I left, I had already given her a handful of clothes and just like perfumes and stuff that I wasn't really using anymore. Rachel she was smaller than me. Like, she was Timon and I was Pumbaa. Like, she was an extra small in size clothing, and I was a large in most. I don't know. It's just like, why do you want my clothes like to look baggy on you, or just just didn't make any sense. So I also hid a couple of my things before I left. Like I hid away some special, like my favorite lotion or my favorite perfume and just like different accessories. I hid that not because I knew that she was probably gonna go in my room, even though like I told her not to. I told her to never let anybody go in my room. One of the things that really set me off was she ended up wearing one of my brand new sweater that she had worn, and I saw it all over social media. I'm like, out of all the things that you could have worn that I gave you permission to wear to like go in my closet, you choose a brand new sweater. Eventually I told her to stop asking like to wear my clothes. Like, no, you can't. I don't want you to wear my stuff anymore. You can ask your other friends, so you can just go out and buy them. She would make comments on my post and they were just like jealousy comments. Oh, like, too bad you're not like here with me right now, like doing this and this and so what. Like, oh, how nice it must be to like be going to this place and going to this place. Not like friendly girlfriend happy you up type comments, being happy for you comments. They were jealousy comments. I was just so confused by that. Like, did you think about this twice before you wrote it and submitted it underneath the post? Like, I'm literally over here taking classes. I am literally over here still working, okay? This wasn't some 4-month vacation. So I eventually put her on Do Not Disturb, and I told her to stop calling me. She complained that I was being selfish and I wasn't like caring because I was on vacation. Like, honey, I'm studying abroad. Like, I have to get done. I'm not caring about life in the States and what's going on right now. I literally have to be selfish and do me. And you mad for that for what? I was literally telling my aunt and my cousins about this. Like, this girl is tripping, and I did not see it coming. But it's like, I'm over here actually working, and all you see on Instagram is like me like traveling. Like, yeah, but you knew that I came over here to study and to work. So bro, it was just so weird to me. Like, how dare you? I'm completely just frustrated with this entire situation. I'm telling my family about it, and they eventually just like, Kiosha, she's jealous of you. She has to be. Like, the fact that she started acting this way now, she must have had it like all along, and I was not trying to hear that. Like, why would she have to be jealous of me? Like, what? At this point, I had already made up my mind that I no longer wanted to live with her, like, after I got back from Spain. Also, no longer wanted to be friends with her because she was showing her true colors, and I didn't know if it was because she had gotten back in the relationship with that guy or if this is how she felt all along. I'm just plotting how I'm just going to disappear and like not even say a thing to her once I get back. I was just gonna go to the apartment, pack my stuff, disappear, and not say a word to her. Like, she did not deserve a goodbye. Why would I, after all that stress you put me through while I was really just trying to do me? Narcissist. So I'm on the plane and I am like writing this draft of an essay, just telling her why I never want to be friends with her again, why I don't want to see her, how much stress she's caused me. I sent that text to her because when I get to the apartment I see that she's not there. I sent that text to her and I immediately blocked her. But the chaos starts when I walk into the apartment. As soon as I get into the apartment, I noticed that my pillows in my bedroom were on the floor, like off of my bed. My sheets were a little wrinkled. My closet door was just like wide open. I had hid some stuff like behind this little cubicle in my room, like this little shelf. That was touched. Obviously somebody had been in my bedroom. And then I go into the bathroom. This is where I really lost it. So I'm gonna put up some pictures because I just knew one day I was gonna talk about this story. I was pissed, I was about to cry, and I just wanted to go ham on her shit, bro. I see like this bowl of, I didn't know if it was like mashed potatoes or like overcooked grits. I didn't know what it was until I looked at my coconut oil like canister. So she had been using my coconut oil, which is like, why are you using that much coconut oil? She knew I was gonna be coming home that day. Like, why not even try to hide it? My tub was completely dirty. She had been using like all of my shower gels and my bath lotion. My countertop was filthy. Around my sink was just like a bunch of like hair, as if like somebody, like a man had shaved or something. I really wanted to be petty, but since I was just so hurt, I packed all of my stuff up. My friends and I, we just packed all of my stuff and we left. I really would have been petty. I would have poured bleach on her bed. I would have taken all of her food out of the refrigerator and hid it in different places. I would have poured a cup of milk and put it like under the sink and let her rot the place up. I would have left her water running in the shower. Would have broken off one of the knobs on the washing machine. I should have been petty. I should have been petty and did that, since she basically just like destroyed my stuff, destroyed my trust, and was using all of my stuff. Like the coconut oil, bro. What was you doing with that much coconut oil? She had also stolen some like lotion and a couple pair of my socks. I put them in particular places, like behind certain things, and she had obviously gone and searched for it and had been using it. A week or two after I got settled in my new place, I noticed that I left behind like a hat and a scarf, just like a couple of things, and I wanted to get them. And I texted her, I was like, hey, I left these things, let me come and get them. I'll be about my day. Like, we don't have to speak, just let me come and pick up the stuff that I left behind. Like, we can even have the cops there if you want, so that like, you know, nothing goes down without other witnesses being around. I told my friends, come with me so I can get my stuff and leave in peace. So I get there, the cops get there, she's not there. She's making up all of these lies. She's talking about how she doesn't have my stuff anymore. The cops are telling me that I could take her to civil court and sue her, basically over the things that she had stolen. Eventually, over time, because I was so hard, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna take her to court and I'm gonna sue her. I chose not to go to court because at the end of the day, it was materialistic things and I can just replace them. It was just the fact that you were my friend. You were my friend. I was your best friend, supposedly, and you did all of this to me within a matter of months. I was just like, I'm not gonna take her to court because I can just beat her ass when I see her. Bro, I wanna throw hands. To this day, I wanna throw hands with all the stress that she's caused me. At the end of the day, guess who got the last laugh? Me. I got the last laugh because I got revenge. I got revenge in the most unexpected and the best way possible, because karma is a bitch, and I'm not gonna say how I got revenge. You know, the best revenge. Like, had her in tears, shambled, shaking in her boots. So yeah, moral of the story is, don't be friends with people that are jealous of you. I mean, you might not know it. Don't be friends with narcissistic folks. Don't be friends with boyfriend girls. That is a lesson that we should all like know by now. Don't be friends with boyfriend girls. I hope y'all enjoyed that psycho, one of many roommate horror story time. Give this video a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe. Thank you.